In the very little data that's out there in research, Asian women have one of the highest rates of depression and suicide. And when you look at the overall statistics in our community, there is actually a very high rate of suicide in the Korean community.
한국 분들이 그 우울증이 대부분 높은 편입니다. 굉장히 다른 아시안이나 다른 분들에 비해서도.
I'm the son of two hardworking immigrant parents. I'm a second-generation Korean American. I was a sophomore in college, majoring in history, and I am plagued with the idea of suicide every day.
젊었을 때 누구나 한 번은 그저 겪는 일이겠지 생각했어요.
Why we even started it, from what we could see, there were no real services geared towards our community members that were culturally and linguistically sensitive.
저희가 이제 유일하게 뉴욕시티에서 한국어로 프로그램이 진행되는 아티클 31 클리닉이기 때문에.
Our youngest client starts at 13 years old, so we have 13 and older, and our clients come in with a variety of diagnoses. It can range from mild depression and anxiety to more serious diagnoses like bipolar disorder, schizoaffective disorder, or schizophrenia.
결국 중증 우울증은 이제 자살로 연결된다는 점에서 이제 가장 큰 문제가 되고요. 정신건강에서 자살은 이제 최악의 이제 경우로 저희가 치부를 하거든요.
When I attempted to commit suicide, I was forced into the hospital and clinical intervention, and that's where I was informed that I suffer from suicide ideation and that it probably originates from sexual abuse I endured as a child.
제 아이가 성적 학대를 받았다는 것을 그때 알았습니다. 현실이 아니지 이건 꿈이다라고 생각을 했습니다. 이건 꿈이야, 이건 현실이 아니야.
We've been noticing a recent trend in clients who are students, so high school and older, college students, where we've seen an influx of very high-risk clients who have been suicidal.
이제 이민 트라우마는 걸 겪게 되거든요. 이민 트라우마는 결국 이민자의 삶을 사시면서 랭귀지 베리어, 그다음 컬처럴 베리어를 통해서 또 자기가 소셜 디그레이딩, 그러니까 경제적으로는 성공을 하셨다 하더라도 계속해서 자존감의 상처를 받게 됩니다. 그러다 보니까 계속해서 이제 우울증이 진행이 될 가능성이 많아지고요. 근데 이제 실제로 자살을 시도하시는 분들의 가장 큰 이제 그거는 본인이 사회나 이제 주변 사람에게 짐이 된다라고 생각을 하십니다. 그러니까 내가 살아 있는 것보단 차라리 죽는 것이 우리 가족이나 우리 사회에 더 낫다라는 그런 생각을 하시게 되고, 그럴 때 사람은 자살을 하게 됩니다.
I have a few friends, I mean, really good friends, but even they, you know, have breaking points and having to. I can't imagine how difficult it is for them. My abuser was an older man that I trusted, and therefore, even my day-to-day interactions, even with my dad, sometimes it's hard to hug my dad sometimes.
남편은 창피하다고, 집안 망신이라고, 이 일을 어떻게 해야 되냐고 소리만 질러댔습니다.
그런 질병에 대해서 가족이 은폐시키는 경우도 많이 있습니다. 그러다 보니까 병을 자꾸 키웠고, 그때 정신병이라는 것도 일반 내과 병처럼 초기에 진단해서 해결하면 문제 없는 겁니다. 근데 그것을 병을 키우는 경우가 있는데 그건 참 우리가 문화적으로 잘못된 일이고.
그러니까 혼자서 극복할 수 있다라고 생각하시는 분들은 대부분 이건 그냥 내 정신의 멘탈 문제라고 생각하시는 분인데요. 뉴로트랜스미터, 결국 호르몬이 문제로 보거든요. 호르몬이 임밸런스가 생기면은 사람은 컨트롤하기가 굉장히 어렵습니다. 특히 이제 조현병이나 이제 바이폴라 같은 경우에는 도파민 호르몬이 이제 과도 분배될 때 일어나는데, 그런 거는 그 의지로 극복할 수 있는 부분이 아닙니다.
I think the most difficult time I ever had was not the actual suicide attempt, but when I first received clinical intervention. The therapist that I received consultation from basically forced me to forgive my abuser throughout the entire session. And in doing that, it was like reliving that trauma. It took several years after the initial attempt for me to even want to go back to therapy, considering how traumatic that first experience was. Having said that though, I would say visiting the mental health clinic has been probably one of the most positive changes in my life. Currently, I'm receiving psychotherapy from the mental health clinic. And also going to family therapy with my parents.
One of the biggest challenges that we experience here is the lack of resources. We're here to serve the community, so we have a lot of clients who are low income, who don't have insurance, and so our policy is that we'll accept any client regardless of their ability to pay. And so with that, we have clients who can barely afford the bare minimum sliding scale fee. And we are at the mercy of grants and donors to help keep our doors open so that we can serve the community.
When I go to the city council members, when I go to elected officials in the state, and I say, hey, we need services in our community, we need resources, we need dollars, they always ask me, okay, where's the data, right? And that's usually an issue, is that it's hard for me to prove that this is an issue in our community. Especially because of the model minority myth that people have around Asian Americans. We're all rich, we're all successful, we graduated from Ivy League, we're all professionals. I think these stereotypes all contribute to this image that we're all okay and we're fine.
New York, Asian Americans comprise 1.3 million of the population, and that's 15%. And with that, between the years of 2002 to 2014, we only received 0.2% of funding from Department of Health and Mental Hygiene.
I guess my long-term dream or goal would be to maybe be a teacher, because as a child I endured abuse and nobody ever listened to me, so I felt like maybe I would be able to understand and accept children better. Maybe be a good guide, not now, but maybe in 10 years.